Assalamu alaikum, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Nana Firdaus, and on today's tutorial I'll be showing you how to cut and sew this beautiful hijab that can be styled in 3 different ways as in. So without further ado, let's get started. For this tutorial I used 1 trouser length of stretchy fabric, which is because the length of the fabric that I'm using is very long. It is more than 60 inches, but if your fabric length is less than 60 inches, then you need either 2 yards or 1.5 trouser length of stretchy fabric. You are going to fold your fabric into 2. After folding it into 2, you are going to cut out the selvage end. So for the front length of the hijab, I used 32 inches. You can adjust it to your preferred length. So I measured 32 inches downwards and I notched the midpoint, which is the folded edge here. So I came down by 20 inches from the folded edge downwards, which is where that extra tie is going to stop. I stopped at 20 inches, or you can simply come up by 12 inches from the lower part of your fabric, depending on how you want to do it. Now, to get the side measurement, I'm going to fold my fabric diagonally this way. Then from the pointed edge, I will measure 23 inches downwards, which is going to be for my side measurement, and I'm going to notch it out. After doing that, I'll spread my fabric open back. Then I'm going to work on the front piece, on the front part of my hijab. What you do is you're going to go in by 8 inches from this end. You go in by 8 inches. So here I'm trying to make sure that the measurement I have is correct. I came down by 20 inches, and on that 20-inch mark you go in by 5 inches and you mark it. So after marking that 5 inches, you'll be linking that 5-inch mark down to the pointed edge this way. Just notice the way I cut it. So I'll be stopping on that 5-inch mark that I made. Then to get the other part of the front part, you are going to cut from that 8-inch mark that you marked earlier. You are going to link it to the 5-inch mark also. So you have a sort of triangle there, and you are going to cut it out. After cutting it out, you are going to link the rest of the front part of your hijab to the notch that you made to indicate where the side measurement is going to be. You will link it there. And for the back length, I'll be using 34 inches. So I measured 34 inches downward, and I'm going to link the side to the back length. So you can shape it in V shape or any other shape that you want, but I used this U shape for my hijab. Now to the hijab cap, I want the hijab cap to be sort of padded, so I'll be cutting 2 pieces of hijab cap, which was why I folded it into 4 this way. Then I folded it into 2 again, making 8 pieces. For the cap width, I'll be using 6 inches, and for the cap height, I'll be using 4 inches, and I'll cut it out this way. Then I'll notch the midpoint, which means that I cut 2 pieces of hijab cap together. Now to the sewing aspect, I'll start by joining the hijab cap to the main hijab body, and to do that I'm going to open up my main hijab body with the right side facing up. Then I'm going to insert one of the hijab cap into the second one just to give it a sort of padding effect, and I'll pick the notch point of my hijab cap and place it on the notch point of the midpoint of my hijab. I'm going to place it this way, align my hijab cap properly, then I'm going to sew it down. After doing that, I'm going to fold my main hijab body into 2 this way along the front part with the right sides facing each other. Then from the hijab cap, I'll be measuring half of my face circumference, which is 10 inches. I'll measure it downwards. Then I'm going to sew it down and close the front part of the hijab. So you are just going to sew a straight stitch downwards this way. After doing that, you are going to close the other part of the front panel, which is this area. You are going to make a straight stitch downwards. Once you are done with that, you turn your hijab inside out, and it's time to hem the ends of this extra tie that you have. So you are going to hem it round or weave it depending on your preference, but I hemmed mine. Once you are done hemming, this is what you will have. So the next thing you will do is you are going to either hem or weave the ends of your hijab and the other parts that you sew on your hijab, and your beautiful hijab that can be styled in 3 different ways is ready. If you found this tutorial video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, suggestions or tips you would like to share, kindly drop them in the comment section. Have a great day. Ma salam.